Welcome one more time to Hola Esch. I'm your host Juan Blanco, and today with us is Bertemes.
Hello.
Man, it's a pleasure to have you here. I know about your career. Last year I met you. We were in Pirat.
Yeah.
And you were not drinking. He wasn't drinking. He just came to say hi to one of our friends. We have a friend in common. And since that day, because of your attitude, easygoing, I started to search about you, and everybody knows you here. You are like a kind of a big star in Luxembourg, I would say. Everybody that's around, yeah, Bob, cool guy, Bob. But for me, having you today, it's like, this is going well. This is going well. So thank you for coming. Bob, every time here I have basketball player, handball player, football players, volleyball player, but this is the really first time that I'm having somebody for track and field and for shot put. So how comes that you start to practice that sport?
Oh, it's like long story.
Long
story short, it's gonna be
the long one.
I have like an older brother. He's like 5 years older than me. And so it was like clear that he's gonna do like sports because I'm like sporty mother, sporty father. So it was like sure that we're gonna do something. They were like both handball players, and my father said like, you guys never gonna do handball because they're too rough. He's like both his knees like destroyed and everything. He said no handball for you guys.
Okay.
And then my brother was clearly like football, huge thing in Luxembourg, like everywhere in Europe. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna go for football. And I think he was like practicing 1 week. And actually he got like the diagnosis that he's like allergic to the grass. so he couldn't do that anymore. And it was like, okay, what are we gonna do? And like my godfather, and he was like doing track and field like way back, and so we're like, yeah, why not? And he went to Peting, and he was like trying. It was like, okay, it's cool. And then they like created a club in Belleville, which is like really cool because we're living there. And so then I joined like track and field. But
so
was, like,
you joined them because of your stepfather?
No, like my brother, because like he said,
let's go there.
He's like, why not? And no, that's not godfather. It's like the brother of my mother. How was he called?
How do you say that? Your aunt,
Is it my uncle?
Uncle.
Uncle. Yeah, he was like doing track and field back in the days, and so like yeah, why not?
Okay, your mother was like, stepfather, what are you saying? Why? All right, and so when you started in the track and field, what you were doing exactly?
Oh man, we were literally just doing like running and like meeting friends, we just go there and like have fun, having a good time.
Okay.
You're like doing the cross country thing, like running in the forest, and then you're not doing like specific things, just like instead of like throwing javelin, you're throwing like the little bally things and like jumping in sand pit. It was like just like having a good time, like not too much competition, but like.
And when was the period that some coach say, okay, let's start to go to this?
Oh, I think it was like when you're like 12 years old and when you go to the lycée in Luxembourg, you get like selected for like the centre de formation, as it's called, and so it's like first ever like the national team. And I got there and I was like still in the group of like preparation. We're doing like everything, and then it was like the national coach of throwing, because my brother, once again my brother, he was already training with her, and she was like, oh, okay, I know your parents, you're not gonna stay small, you're gonna get huge and big, so why not come to my group? We're doing like all the stuff, but we're like kind of focusing on throwing. I was like, yeah, why not? My brother's there, so okay, I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
And that's like all the things started.
And then you started exactly with the shot put, or you started with the javelin, or what?
No, we did like everything until I was like 14, 15. We did like long jumps, sprints, everything.
Long jump for you, that were you that big at that time or not?
Kind of, but not like I'm right now, because that was like maybe I was like 80 kilogram, 85.
All right,
it was like still kind of heavy, like compared to the other guys. But back at the time we did like everything, like running, jumping. Everyone was always good at it, so I was like, yeah, why not? Just go with
it. And then, when was the period that you say, okay, or somebody told you, or you decide I'm gonna go for this?
Basically, I think I was like 15, I think, 15, 16.
Okay.
Like my coach said, yeah, now is like kind of time we can like go more like into like throwing, because then you have to, it's like a long process to get good at it, and we kind of started it. And then it was like, I was like from javelin, sometimes I was doing like discus and shot put, but we never like did hammer throw, because like you have like the three throws are like kind of similar, and like one is like kind of different from the other ones, and never did that. And yeah, I was like throwing javelin. I was like, nah, it's like too complicated, you know, like the running and the technique and everything. So I was like, nah, I'm not into that. Discus, I was like, nah, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna stick with shot put.
Okay.
And when you kind of get like that thing in your mind, you push a little bit more in training, and you're throwing further and further every time, so you like improve naturally in it, because you're like more hyped for one discipline than the others. And then yeah, we said like, yeah, why not? Let me stick with shot put.
There are two kind of. This is what you explained me in the shot put.
Yeah, like techniques. Yeah.
Can you explain us, because it's gonna be interesting that which one is one and which one you choose to do it.
Yeah, when I was younger, I did like the gliding, which is like you put like all your weight on your right leg, you jump actually like back, because you start with your back to the sector, and you just like jump back, you land on your right leg, and then you just like do like a half rotation thing and just like throw it.
Alright.
And then you got like the rotation things, like
doing
you do like you kind of start on the left one, you just do like one rotation in the middle, you do another one, then you just actually like throw it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
kind of, yeah.
And this is the one you are doing now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, changed it like 4 years ago, 2017.
So before 18. You were doing the other one, and then you changed it.
Yeah.
Why? Any reason particularly?
Actually, no. I never intended to change it.
Okay.
But then like in 20, was it? Did like the 2017-18 season. I changed the coach, and I went to Germany, and there like practiced still gliding, because I told him, no, I don't want to do like the rotation thing, it's like too complicated and everything. And he was like, yeah, okay, we're gonna stick to the gliding. And he said, you have like 4 huge mistakes in my technique. And he said, yeah, they have been doing it for so long, so it's like really
to fix it is a problem.
Yeah,
it's a habit.
We tried it to change it, and it was like slightly getting better. And he was like, yeah, you're gonna have like a tough time. And he says, like, but your height, your body weight, your how I move and everything is like you're good to go to do rotation. He was like, just try it. And he said it's gonna be fine. And I was like, yeah, it's like hard to trust somebody, you know, you don't know for that long of a time, and you've been doing it like all your life, like gliding. And I was like, yeah, why not? Just go for it, we're gonna try it. And then, yeah, well, lucky for me, it worked out.
But tell me why you moved from here to Germany, and how you choose the coach you are with now.
Oh, man. Well, when it was clear that I'm not gonna like continue working with the coach in Luxembourg, and we don't have like that much coaches, and so
okay.
I was like, okay, I have to like find a solution for that, and like with the federation and everything, we were trying to find a solution for like how to get another coach for me.
Okay.
And we had like the European Team Championships, and I was like talking to a guy of Malta, like a hammer thrower, and he said, yeah, talk to that guy, my coach now. He's like, go there. Just write him on Facebook. He says he was there during a training camp. He was like, he's really good. He's like a huge understanding of throwing. He is like kind of the same mentality I had, like with running, jumping. It's like really important.
Okay.
And then I just texted him over Facebook. He said, yeah, why not just come over? And he's like training in Mannheim. I said, okay, it's like a 2-hour, 20-minute drive. So I was like driving there. We sat down. We were talking. He's like, yeah, how have you trained? How's like what's your thing? How is like you're thinking about sports? And we like kind of really similar, because like there's like the big thing like throwing. You have like some of these other coaches who say, yeah, strength is everything. Just forget about the rest. And he's like, no, we have to like do running, jumping, all the stuff I've been doing like all my life. I was like, okay, perfect, good to go, not too far away from home. And yeah, then I started with him. And
then you are just with him. This is your 3rd, 4th year with him?
Yeah, they started with like in the winter of 17-18, so it was like the 18-19 season. It was like our first season together. And yeah, just training with him. We have like one guy who's doing with us like athletic training. but it's like always like they're working together, so to get like in shape.
But before talking about the results, all the competitions, I want to talk first about how easy is your routine for practice. You wake up, you practice 1 hour per day, and then you chill out the whole day, and you eat to get big, or how it is?
Oh, that would be lovely. That would be lovely.
This is how people imagine. No, he's just there lazy all the time, just PlayStation or whatever. But just explain how is your normal week, the routine.
Well, I hope to get there like one day when I like maybe like 35, like last year, like chilling around. But at the moment it's like like hard work. I have to get up in the morning. Normally we have like a morning session of like 2.5 hours. Normally we just do like a lot of throwing there. Some medicine ball throws, maybe some like little jumps.
Even with the winter, even raining, you have
to but luckily we have like an indoor season.
All right. Sorry about that. This is like another level.
I have like chosen the right sport because like the hammer guys, they're like training all the time outside.
Oh.
Yeah, even when it snows, man. So that really sucks for them. At least I got like an indoor season and like an outdoor season. So.
All right. And when you say indoor, is covered with heat, exactly. So you could go.
Yeah, it's covered. Let's say it's covered. It's not like not always heated, but at least like it's dry.
All right. That's good. That's good to know. And then.
Back home, normally I cook something to eat because then like 4 hours of like spare time.
Okay.
They have to get a little rest. I'm gonna do like a little siesta, like 20-40 minutes.
Okay.
And it's like back to training because normally in the afternoon we have like the huge weightlifting session. Sometimes, it always like depends on which period we're in. Like I think winter is really the toughest because then we have to like throw again in the afternoon.
Wow.
And then we have to do like 1.5 hours up to 2 hours of like weightlifting.
When we say weightlifting, you have to know really good the technique of cleaning, of snatches or
yeah, exactly. We do like the Olympic weightlifting. So we do like bench press, squats, clean jerk, and like all of the things.
Which is learning another sport from your sport because you have to throw, but doing the right technique, it limited you to go farther in the weight.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why basically when you're done like doing technique, you can't just go to autopilot mode in your head. When you go to the weightlifting room, you still have to do like the proper technique. Like coach is always like watching if you're doing like a bad movement or if you're feeling tired. You start like to lift out of your back, so he's like always like checking to reduce the weight or to put on more weight when you're feeling good to go for it. So it's like all the time it's like a checking how you're doing, how is like the body responding to everything. So it's like really it's like to check all the time.
So it means, perhaps I'm totally wrong, but it means that tomorrow you could go to one weightlifting competition, could you?
I don't think so because
they are really heavy.
I think like compared to weightlifters, I think then I would be like the super heavyweight.
Oh, and they are fun. They're
like damn. So sometimes we watch like videos of them because like they snatch like I think it's like 220. It's like really fun.
What is your
like 135?
145 snatch.
Sometimes when I'm feeling really good, and then I do like all that. So that's like really crazy. And it's like putting 220 above your head. That's like really insane. So
the maximum ever for me was 100.
Is it 100 snatch?
Yeah, and it was back in the time that I was doing every single day CrossFit.
Yeah,
and I started like, okay, I stopped volleyball, I stopped whatever, and it was just one day.
That's all that counts.
The next week, I wanted to leave 95 and I couldn't. I said, okay, it was my day, and I'm not gonna repeat it.
I'm impressed, man.
You see?
That's really good, man.
Look.
100, man.
Yeah, but 140, you start to talk a real.
Yeah, but then again, I'm doing it with straps on and with the belt, and they do like with nothing. They just like chalk up their hands and they go for it. It's like really crazy.
So that's your routine: morning practice, afternoon weightlifting, running, and then throw it again.
Yeah, and then we just like sometimes we change like when we're doing like medicine balls on Monday, we do. Hurdle jumps on Tuesday, and normally Wednesday is like kind of like a little rest day. We just do like a little small session.
Okay.
And then you're good to go. You just have to like do everything. You have to like cross everything up, like on a list, on a checklist. You have to do everything, and you're good to go.
But then you have holidays. They say you have like a carnival. You have Easter week. Every time you stop whenever you want.
Oh, never heard of that. Never heard of them. Basically, because now we had like the Europeans like last week, so that's like my off week now. I got like one.
How was it? Let's talk about it. You were in Doha. Where were you?
No, I was in Torun in Poland.
Poland. How was it?
Indoor.
Oh, really bad.
Oh, really bad. I was like, because like indoors you have like the 8th best in the qualification. You go to the final, and I ended up in the 9th place.
All right, like, but you were in the pool of the final pool.
No, I was like the first guy not going to the final.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was a really bad day, and I actually have to, because now it's like 1 week ago, we have the time to reflect, and technically really bad.
Okay.
Not throwing how I should have been throwing, and luckily for me, the other guys weren't throwing that the thing they should have been throwing, because otherwise I would have been ended up like really far behind them. So now I can say, oh, I've got like the 9th place.
So let's say it was a hard competition for everyone.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, because I think like the whole winter was like kind of strange for some people.
Stopping, and I don't know if it happened to you. Like you have to stop because of the restriction, and then every time
we were super lucky that we could like continue training. We got like a letter from the federation to Germany, and so we could train there.
Wow!
Like in our time slots and everything.
Okay. It's hard, Bob, to practice every single week, no holidays, no nothing. Like people can understand that. Just to go, how long it lasts? One day, if you just make a little mistake, boom! 1 year, a lot of practice, a lot of stress is gone. No.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the whole winter was like, I think at Torun it lasted like maybe like 35 minutes, and I had like 3 attempts, and one attempt lasts maybe like, well, the whole thing like maybe like 2 or 3 seconds. So basically that's the thing. But that's on the other, you do just like train the whole time for it, like to get in there and then like be ready to do something like to really when it like comes to it. So
that's hard, and I admire that. Talking about all your competition, we were talking just about the last one. I know you have been several European. I don't know how many. Like I read like 3 or 4. I don't know how many Europeans. You were in World Championship. Yeah. So, which one was like, this was my best competition, and I felt that this just came to my mind. This is poof, and I would love to repeat it. The same ambience, the same people, the same everything.
Yeah. I think like distance-wise, it wasn't like my best one, but at the time, for sure, it was like I did like a PB and everything. I was like the Europeans in Berlin, like 2018. It was like that was like awesome because it was like first year rotation. Like in the summer, I kind of got things together, like working kind of smooth, improving like my PB, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm super hyped to go there. And then like qualification, I was like throwing in the first group. I ended up like in the 8th place, and like outdoors there were like 12 people go to the final, and then I had to wait to the other group, and I was like sitting there, and like you see like guys throwing for them, just went to the 8th place, 9th, 10th, 11th, and I was like 12th. Wow. I was like, damn, one guy is gonna fulfill me, then I can go home. And I was like, oh shit, you're just waiting there. And because it was like in Germany, like my training group, they were there, and so it was like had like the come on guys, we can do it. I was like, waiting there, and then like nobody like managed to kick me off the 12th place. So I was like, I go to the finals. Like, never did that before.
Nice.
And I think like the qualification is like 1970, which is like really bad.
Oh, okay.
It was like the worst competition of the whole year. Qualification perfect. And I was like, oh shit. And then like we had like 1 day off, I think. No, it was like the next day was a final, so it was like in the evening. Okay. And then I just like was okay. I like witnessed the worst. It was like horrible. I nearly got a heart attack. I was like sitting there. I was like, oh no. And you just go with the flow, just go in there and just do your thing. And then like first time was like 2050 something, 2060, and then like second time like 21. Never throw that in my life. I was like, oh shit. Okay. And I was like wow, damn. I never thought I could like throw that far. And then you just do it like in the final, and I think I ended up in the 6th place.
All right. Oh, wow.
Which is like, I was like, I don't mind the place, there's like 21 meters. And I was like, shit. And that was like the best day, I think.
Your best result was in 5th place in 2015.
It was indoors again, yeah.
All right.
It was indoors, and I did like 5th place. Then in 2018 I got the 6th place.
Okay.
2019 I got the 5th place again at the indoors.
Okay.
Since I was like 5th, 6th, 5th, so I have to do something.
But
like
we
that.
are in the top. We're in the top 10, which is important.
Yeah, I think like in track and field I feel like top 8, so you surely go to the final.
All right.
That's
All
like
right.
the
All right.
thing,
Right.
right?
Right. That's good. That's good. Talking about Beijing, this is a place that I love.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple times, and I know you were there. How was that championship for you?
It was huge. It was huge because there was like, it was 2015, and we got like the standards for like the world championships, and was like, oh damn, it's like 2055 I think back at the day. I was like, damn, it's like super far away. I wasn't like throwing even 20 meters like at the time. I was like, and something was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like, why not? You know, just go for it, man. And winter went perfect. I mean, we got the standard. We went there, and it was like the first time in Asia. You know, we traveled there. I was like, damn,
Alright.
first time world championships.
I'm gonna tell you now something that happened in Asia. The first time that I remember I went, it was in Thailand. It was a world championship, and it was so like you see the movies, and it was so bizarre. We were by the street, and came one elephant, and then I was eating like a kind of chicken, and it was a snake. And I said, which kind of chicken is that? It tastes different. So it was completely different, and it was like 15 days of new experience.
Yeah.
So it's totally crazy. I don't know how about you, because when we from Venezuela, we go to Asian country, we have to adapt like for 10 days at least because of the time change.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's for you guys. You have to be there in a
Yeah, I think it was like, for us it was like 7 days.
all right.
So
Okay.
I think it's like 7 or 8 hours, something like that. So we went like really early there, and it was really crazy because we like really in Beijing, and like first day we got there because we had to go there super early, and it was like when you look up in the sky, you know, everything's like gray, and you don't see like
No
blue sky, no sun, nothing. I was like, what? What's happening?
It
like
reminds
the
me of
weather.
Luxembourg. It reminds me of
I
Luxembourg.
said, it's like the weather or something. And we went training, and I was training, and it's because it's super hot, the humidity is super high. I was
Super
like
high,
sweating like crazy. And then like during the training, I was like, I have like the like black marks over there, and I was like, what's that? And they have like the coal things, because like they do like electricity just out of it, so they pour a lot of CO2 in the air. They have like a smog only for the city, so you don't see the sun. And for the World Championships, they cut everything off. So like on the 3rd day, you had like clear blue sky, you just saw the sun. the air was super pure, super clear, and they cut everything to half. And then they even said to the guys, to the population who's living there, like you have to check the last number on your license plate. Like one day the guys with the odds number can drive, the other day only the guys with the unpaid number.
Wow,
So
just for the World Championship.
yeah, so to like reduce traffic jams and everything. And I think that's like the only country you can experience that is like Asia, because they're like super crazy about sports. They do everything just to get it done, you know. That's like really crazy.
When we were the first time I went to Beijing, it was a normal World Championship for volleyball, so they didn't stop anything. And it was in 2003, I guess, something like that, 2002. And it was okay. We finished like 9 or I don't know. But then in 2008, we went again for the Olympics. And it's like, imagine Luxembourg, how you come once and you see, oh, okay, cool. And then you come and they just destroy and rebuild it again. And I said, this wasn't here. It was completely new. And we went there like 2 weeks before the championship, the Olympics. And it was like you said, totally dark, totally smoke. And then they start to stimulate the rain.
Oh, jeez, man.
That's another level. I say, okay, these people are going serious.
Yeah.
So, going back to the recently competition, the European, you just finished this one, all right?
Yeah.
Now, what is coming next? What is the next competition? What are you heading off?
Well, like next huge competition is gonna be like the goal for the season is gonna be the Olympics, to be in the peak shape over there.
Okay. You already qualified.
Yeah. Luckily, I got that already done, so we can like focus on basically we can like program the season how we want it. You know, we can start whenever we want, and that's why I got like 3 days more off right now. So
nice.
to get like
3 days off. Where are you going? You're going to Thailand or where?
So get things done. You know, like buying a new couch for my home. So I was like told my coach, man, I need like 2 more days, and I was like, yeah, fine, just get the things done, man, and we come back to Germany. I was like, okay, thank you, man.
This is your last break before the Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but before the Olympics, do you have any tournament like you are going to see yourself or?
Yeah, for sure. We have like we hope to get like some international competitions in right before.
Okay.
Because normally now we're gonna do like for 2 months of like preparation, not like in winter, but like more shortened up because like winter we do like a lot of stuff. We do like the base. Now we're just gonna go back like lifting weights and like throwing far, and then we're good to go. Do some competitions, hopefully some international competitions to like check the other guys who like throwing outside the Olympics. And then it's gonna be like we try to be in like peak shape over there.
Do you have news from the Olympic Committee like this is happening? They are not gonna cancel it. Everything is official now.
Last year, just got a mail. I was like, yeah, it's cancelled. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Like how was that experience for you? Because it's Olympic, man. I don't know. Have you been ever in Olympic Games? Is it
no, it's like it's gonna
the
be
first one.
Hopefully, it's gonna be the first one.
yeah. It will be. Just today, I was listening to the radio, and they were talking like 50% of the capacity is gonna be allowed. They are discussing about that of the fans. So it means that it's happening.
Yeah.
So how was the last year for you?
Well, last year for me, because you get like phone calls from the press in Luxembourg. They ask, what's your opinion about it? And I was like,
I want to go.
I was like, clearly I want to go, but I was like, it's like super unfair if you're gonna do it like in the times we have, because like you have like people who want to get like competitions to qualify. They don't have competitions, and you got like the ones who have already qualified, they say like, okay, it's not a problem anymore, and the other ones, they want to qualify, they can't. And I was like, it's like super unfair, because like sports should be fair, at all time, and now it's absolutely not fair. So they have to like postpone them to next year, when it's like again like fair, everybody can train whatever they want and then where they want, and so you have like the same base for everybody. So then you're good to go. So hopefully you can do that, but then again things get worse.
Man, just imagine that you qualified. The same case as you, but a girl. She qualifies, she's ready to go, they cancel, and then she get pregnant.
Yeah.
It will be... She never will go to an Olympic game. That's sad, eh?
It would be horrible, man.
It could happen,
like, even in my case, like, now I'm like 27, so...
You're 27.
So,
you're so young.
Hopefully, we just always say, we're gonna go for it, like, 2024 in Paris, we're just gonna go for it. But then on the other hand, man, when I get, like, well, you have to knock on wood, a bad injury, and you're never gonna come back from that. So that's like gonna be like my last shot at it, So, well, you never know.
Did you have any bad injury in your career?
Luckily, no. Everything was out of like pure stupidity of mine.
Okay.
Like always, like the really dumb things. Like,
but it's difficult, because when you are doing weightlifting, your back, your shoulders, elbow, anything could happen, no?
Yeah, absolutely. But then again, we don't push it like to the absolutely maximum. Like even in training, when my coach says, we're gonna do like, because he's not saying we're gonna do like a max test today. If he sees that I'm good and I'm feeling good, we go for it. If I'm not feeling good, we're not going for it. And even sometimes when you feel good, you do like squats, and you go up, and then you see like, that wasn't feeling the way it should, and when I add more weight, maybe I can do it, but maybe I can fail. I always go for I'm not doing it, the safe way.
Okay.
Because then, like, again, when I was young, I was like always, give me more weight, and I'm just gonna go for it. But when I get older, you just like start reflecting things and you say,
that's like, important, man. That's
doing
important.
10 more kilos today won't help me throwing fast. So just like chill out, and I'm gonna do it like another day. So
that's so important. For example, there are many guys that I know that they are doing and they don't feel it like good, and they are putting more and more. And just for this stupid mentality of thing, they got injured. And sometimes more doesn't mean you are going farther.
Yeah, but it took a long time to to get that, because every time when you're training and your coach says, yeah, we're gonna do like jumps and we're gonna do this and that, it took me a long time to say, yeah, okay, listen, we're gonna do the jumps. I'm with you. I'm gonna do them really good, and then we're just gonna do CADAVID for today, because I can do jumps, I can do sprints, I can do this, I can do that, but I'm not gonna be good at it. So just take one thing. I'm gonna do like 110%. I'm gonna give it all, and then we're gonna good to go. And he says, okay. He says, like, I trust you. We're gonna go for it. And that's like the thing we kind of like got to like an agreement. You know, like I'm always like telling how I'm feeling and how I'm doing this and that, and so now we get like in a good routine. Okay. So he's not saying, yeah, we're gonna do this, and that, and I'm just like doing it to do it. You know, just like do it to improve yourself, and then you're good to go.
But changing a little bit of the topic, how do you do when, for example, for eating, to get big? Somebody's saying, okay, he's just eating French fries, he's just eating fat food, and then, he's getting big because of that. Do you have any specific nutrition plans? Do you have to, because you say you are cooking yourself?
Yeah.
So for that, do they tell you what you have to eat, or you just know because this is the way you feel good?
Well, actually, I never had like a nutritionist with me.
Luckily,
I was always like going with I'm kind of old enough. I have like tried a lot of different foods, and I know
you're old.
Yeah, like feeling like kind of wise enough, you know, like eating a lot of different, and I can like get the difference, you know, when I'm eating like a plate of French fries before training. I know that I'm not going to be good, but eating like something healthy, I'm going to be good. So I know when to eat what, and I'm kind of happy with that.
All right.
Not
so it was never a worry for you. Okay, I'm getting there. I have to. You are not playing. You are not competing with weight. Free weight.
No, hope. Luckily not.
Now they are coming in the news. Now it's gonna be. How heavy are you?
I'm 134, 35.
Huh?
Yeah, 135 kilos.
Okay. Imagine if they say your level is gonna be 10 kilos less. There, you're in problem.
But then everybody's gonna be in trouble. But there are guys who weigh 150. They're gonna be more in trouble than me. So I'm good to go.
All right. So you cook by yourself. Nobody's telling you what properly you should eat, and it doesn't affect in the final result for you. Like, okay, sometimes I'm feeling like, okay, it's enough for healthy, and I'm going this, and perhaps because of that you are not trying 1 meter further. No,
I never had that thing, because when you're going like you have to eat healthy, and then you have like that some foods are forbidden, then you have like, oh, they are forbidden, oh, I have to eat them there, so you make that way more interesting. And the thing which is like I'm cooking like actually every day for myself. Okay. And actually I'm good with that. I don't have like the pressure that I have to eat. I can't eat this and I can't eat that.
What about the drinks? People from Luxembourg that are a bit different, and they like to drink a bit of alcohol. Are you like that?
Oh, I absolutely cut it off. I totally cut it. Off season, for sure, why not? Even the summer, I love to drink like the mix, like with beer and Sprite.
Okay, panache.
It's called panache, and in German it's called Radler.
Okay.
It's like really just like a little bit of alcohol.
All right.
Like one of that's again the thing, right? It's like always like forbidden. Then it kind of gets interesting, but when you feel like, and when you're have like barbecue on a Sunday, it's like your off day of the week. You've been training the whole week good. Mm-hmm. And you want to have a partnership, go for it, man.
All right.
It won't affect anything.
All right.
Don't drink 20, but if you want to drink one, go for it, man.
Nice that you are doing also a sacrifice, but you don't see it as a sacrifice. You are doing.
Yeah, that's like the things I do, you know, like
part of the job.
I love to do it like the way I can do it. I'm like super glad I can do like sports and make a living out of it, and like to say, I've never worked a day in my life, thing. But I'm super hyped, and that's kind of happy with it.
Talking now about the psychological aspect, do you train yourself for that? For example, you just told me it didn't go well in the European, but I can see you are still motivated. You are going for the Olympics. So how do you prepare yourself mentally? Because we are talking about this long preparation and just 3 seconds before these 3 seconds, what happening? Oh, I have to watch this movie. I have to listen that song. How is for you?
Oh, when I was younger, I was really complicated, I guess.
Okay.
My mother, she was like, when it was a competition day, I was like getting up on Sunday or Saturday. She was like, oh damn, it's gonna be a long day. Because you like get up, you're already stressed.
Okay.
You have to eat the same thing every time before competition. You have to listen to this and then do that and then.
It's like a routine.
Like same underwear, undies and everything. It's like horrible, man. And right now, just like go with it.
So you were this guy, like he wore the same underwear for 1 week like before
the socks to go up to the knees and everything. Everything had to be done the exact same way. And I was like, this is actually horrible, you know. And I was always like, before competition, I can't do nothing. I can't do this. I can't do that because I have to rest. And like back in Germany, I was like, damn, actually,
you have to live.
You get up in the morning, you go to training, you come back home, you cook, you go back to training, and you come back home, you cook, you go to sleep, and you do all that thing, and you have to go grocery shopping, doing this, doing that, and all the time. And you're still trying to find a training. Then you don't have to take a fucking rest day. Oh, can I say?
No, nobody, no.
Oh,
we are free. I've seen this time, everybody could.
Let's see. You don't have to like make yourself crazy, man. It's just like throwing. For me, it's like doing shot put. I do that all the time, even in training when you're like under like a lot of pressure doing training and doing all the stuff. So I was like, man, just take it easy, you know.
But there are several or few things that you have to do it. For example, the siesta before the competition. This is part of the routine or not?
Sometimes yes, sometimes you know. I even got like to relax more about that because every time I was like, I have to sleep, and sometimes I couldn't even sleep. So now it's more like, okay, what time is my competition? I'm gonna eat that time. If I'm feeling tired, I'm gonna go for a siesta. If I'm not feeling tired, you know, I'm not forcing my body into like a routine that I'm not feeling the day of the competition like that. So when I'm tired, I'm gonna go for like a little siesta. If not, I'm like kind of like.
All right, so you are the cool guy who is
more like listening to myself
to the body
instead of like doing something like.
Which is nevertheless, Bob, is difficult to listen to your body and interpret it well, because sometimes you say, I'm feeling like sleeping, but no, come on, I have to be strong, and you are not really listening. You listen at first, and then you are against what the body is telling you.
Yeah, you have to. I think you have to find a good mix, because then when you're listening all the time to your body, then after 1 hour of training, he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm tired," and say, "Okay, I'm gonna go home." But then you have to say, "Come on, man, you have to like push through that, and like you have to push 1 more hour, and then you're good to go." So you have to like listen to your body, but know when to push your boundaries, like even more, like push your limits more, because then otherwise I could clear
boundaries, limits is hard to understand, man. Bob, we are talking about Olympic Games, which is going to be soon. Perhaps we are talking about 2024. But then, what is Bob thinking about after the career? I know it's already too early, I would say. I don't know how old you should be to retire. But what is the Bob goals for after this successful career?
I think I have a goal to get like a normal regular job, you know, like no more pressure of going to bed at that time to be in a good shape the day after. I think that's gonna be like a holiday for the rest of my life, you know, because you go to bed whenever you want. When you're feeling tired, you have to work, man. Nobody cares. You know, you don't perform at 100%. Nobody cares, you know.
Nobody cares about it.
You go on Friday, you go home at 5. You have like 2.5 days actually off. It's like crazy, man. That's like a small vacation for me right now. So I think that's gonna be like really crazy, you know. Like so much free time actually to do other things that you couldn't do right now because like injury risk and everything. So I think that's going to be really cool, and I don't want.
I know some guys that they were planning the same like we are planning, because I'm not retired yet. But when they went to that point, they felt at first they felt good, but then they were like, okay, I'm needing, because every time you are going, you are expanding energy around, and then when you feel all this energy in your body, you need the way how to release all this energy. So perhaps it could happen to you. Perhaps it could.
I feel, but when I'm gonna have to like retire, my plan's gonna be like to like leave it all out on the competition. You know, like to have to say myself, yeah, I've done everything I could, so that I don't, when I retire, I don't have like the what ifs, and like in my mind I was gonna say, okay, I did all that I could. And when I can throw further than that, then it's not meant for me to throw that far. You know, it's like then I can't throw even further. And then I'm good to go, and then I think I have to do like change like sports or something, because then I have to lose some weight. I think like the doctors say always say, when you finish, you have to like continue doing sports, because like the knees and back and everything, you have to do like continue doing something.
Yeah.
I'm not like totally gonna retire, but then I think it's gonna be like losing weight. It's gonna be the main thing.
All right. What is coming? What is your goal? Like real goal for the Olympics now?
For me, it would be absolutely nice to get to the final. You know, to be like the best 12. I think when you get through the qualification, everything I think is can happen. You know, just when you're in a peak shape over there, can throw really far. I think everything's going to be doable. But for me, it's going to be like crucial part to pass the qualification. So
how many athletes are going to their competitions?
I think it's going to be 32.
32.
And then everybody's got like 3 attempts to in the qualification to get to the best 12.
All right.
And then the best 12 are going to do like the final.
All right. And do you have that number of meters in your mind? Like, this is going to be a good result, even if I'm going to be on the 12 or not, this is going to be...
I think like going there and throwing like 21.50 and not going to the final, I think that wouldn't be like a shame. I would say, damn, we did everything we could.
Okay.
We've been throwing really good, so that's absolutely fine with me. When that's like the thing, when you're throwing like really good and everybody's throwing further than you, then you're not meant to go there. So
yeah, but
it always sucks. I know. I'm gonna be even like when it's gonna come like this, I'm gonna be saying, damn, like why haven't I been doing this and that? But that's like, it's not meant to be, man. When you throw that far and all the other guys are throwing further, then
man, it was a really pleasure. I'm not Luxembourgish, but I think all the Luxembourgish people should be proud about you, because you are representing your country with dignity, I would say. You are working every day, you are doing so hard, you are making the sacrifice look like, okay, this is not that bad. Like eating, everybody loves eat, whatever, drinking, because we have this mentality of having fun with drink. So for you are trying to don't do that, and you are doing your best for you, but for your country as well. So I feel kind of proud to know you and to have you here. It's a pleasure for me, a big pleasure to have you here, because after all, you are like this normal guy who is just, I'm going to the Olympic, but that's okay. I'm practicing, but that's my job. So for me, it's a pleasure one more time. Thank you for your time, because I know you are in a hurry doing things, and you just call me and say, man, I have this time for you. So I really appreciate to have you here. And hopefully, I hope when you come back from the Olympics, you're not going to say, who is this guy from Hola Esch? I would like to have you here just to share the experience for your first Olympic Games, right?
Yeah, sure. Well, I was super hyped to be here. First podcast, so everything's brand new, but it was really awesome to talk about sports. I'm always in, and
nice.
For sure I'm going to come after the Olympics.
Nice. It was Bob with us. Thank you guys. See you next time.
Bye.